Subscribe to our YouTube channel for more information on Ground Zero.
Sultan Ibrahim MBOMBO NJOYA, King of the Bamoun, died on September 27 at the American hospital in Paris as a result of illness. Recall that he was evacuated to Europe after catching COVID-19. He is also regional of the CPDM, ruling party for the Western Senator of the CPDM since 2013. Son of Ibrahim NJOYA, Sultan of Bamoun, Ibrahim MBOMBO NJOYA, was born on October 27, 1937 in Bamoun. Since 1992, he has been the Sultan, King of the Bamouns in Cameroon. At the end of primary studies in Bamoun, his hometown, he will continue his secondary studies in France, then return to complete them at the Lycée Général Leclerc Yaoundé. After his baccalaureate, he will continue his graduate studies in Senegal, at the Institute of African Administrative Studies in Dakar. There he obtained a second degree. Member of the Central Committee and the Political Bureau of the UNC since May 1984, he has also become a member of the Central Committee and the Political Bureau of the CPDM, since its creation in 1985. He is also head of the delegation of the Central Committee of the CPDM for the Western region. In 2013, he sat in the Cameroonian Senate. In 1958, MBOMBO NJOYA served as attaché to the cabinet of the High Commissioner of the French Republic in Cameroon, until the country's independence in 1960. From 1960 to 1962, he held the post of Chief Office of the Secretary of State for the Presidency of the Republic in charge of information, Chief of Staff of the Minister of the Armed Forces, and finally Director of the Cabinet of the Minister of the Armed Forces. Subsequently, he was appointed General Commissioner for Youth, Sports, and Popular Education. 3 years later, on May 25, 1965 to be precise, he entered the government as Deputy Minister of Education, Youth, and Culture. 5 years later, he was appointed Ambassador of Cameroon to Equatorial Guinea on July 31, 1970, then Ambassador of Cameroon to Egypt until 1981, with René Sadi as First Secretary. On December 4, 1981, he was appointed Deputy Minister of Foreign Affairs by President Ahmadou Ahidjo. 34 days later, on January 7, 1982, he became Minister of Youth and Sports. Then began an uninterrupted ministerial career, which will bring him, under the presidency of Paul Biya, to the functions of Minister of Information and Culture from November 21, 1986 to May 16, 1988, Minister of Territorial Administration from May 16, 1988 to September 7, 1990, new Minister of Youth and Sports from September 7, 1990 and finally Minister Delegate to the Presidency in charge of relations with the Assemblies from April 9, 1992. In addition, he was also PCA of the CRTV of January 29, 1988 to January 12, 1989. On August 10, 1992, he was enthroned Sultan, King of the Bamouns. He resigned from the government to devote himself to his new traditional functions. He died in France at the age of 84 on September 27, 2021.